Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit and this is the 8 sessions of the service catalog real-time training. In these sessions, we'll basically talk about the run script. Then by the run script, how I am adding the user or how I am removing from the user from the group, specifically from the workflow. Let's see without wasting time. So if you see my catalog item and my workflow, this is my workflow which is running. Based on that, it is going to call another sub workflow, and based on the remove, it is calling to the another sub workflow. First, we'll focus on the add user to the group. So when somebody approve, it is going to end. But before that, we'll automatically add to the particular groups, add the user to the particular group. For that, we'll type the run script, and here we will add a script called add user to the group, and in this case what we'll do, we'll add a that particular user who will select the requested for will be add to the group. So what I'll do here, I'll go first this user group table. In this user group table, let's say whenever you select any user, call this one, and this have a member. So what I'll do, I'll add or I'll insert into this table. So basically I'll add the user to the group membership table. So for that, what I'll do, I'll copy this table name here, sys user gr member. This is the table name, and in this script, what I'll do, I'll var gr equal to new glide record, and here I'll put the table name. So in this table I'm going to insert that. So what I'll do that initialize first. Once initialize, I will set that user equal to current dot variables, and then I'll select that variable, and then gr dot group equal to, I'll set the group sysid current dot variables dot these two fields. So what I'll do, I'll go back here, and then I'll take this field name. So here the field name is add underscore group underscore name. I'll take this field name from this case, and I'll simply add to these groups. And then in user, what I'll do, I'll go back to the catalog item, open the variable set, and I'll take that this variable's name and add there. So that's it. I will set the gr dot set workflow equal to false, so that if there is any business rule running, it will stop, and then I'll do the insert. Okay, so that's it. So using that, what we'll do, we will add automatically to, by the script you automatically add and then end this process. Okay, or else if something goes wrong, we'll set value. If somebody rejected, we'll set the value close incomplete. And here the stage, I'll select that close. So I'll pick that completed, and then here state, I'll select that closed incomplete if somebody rejected, and it will be ended here. I'll copy one more thing, this one, copy activity, and attach to the top, mark as a closed complete, and here it will be closed complete, and I'll just change the name and update. So that's it. So this is for the adding purpose. So let's try to refresh our form and try to add a user. So right now, if you see that Alabama, these groups doesn't have any member call particular member. I am going to use this here called Abraham Lincoln, and I'm going to try to add Abraham Lincoln to add this group. So I'll select this group name. So you'll click the show workflow. The first task is closed, and I'll approve that as a manager. So if you see, the manager is the able tutor, so he is approving. Once that approval is done, it will go for the manager approval. I mean the group approval, add user to the group. So this group have a one member right now. This group have a Eric, this member. So I will approve on behalf of Eric. Once I approve that through the run script, they should be added. No, it is added, and if I refresh now, here we go, it's added. And if I go back to this group, this is, and if I refresh here, that able tutor is, I mean Abraham Lincoln is added to the group. So that way we can add particular user to the groups. Okay, so that's it for adding user to the groups. So now what we'll do, we'll focus on the removing user to the groups. So in the remove user groups, what we'll do, we'll add one more thing here, run script, and we will remove the user from the group. So what I'll type, the remove user to group. So this is our name, and I'll copy certain thing that, let's see, I'll copy from here some of this code. And going back to here, paste here. But in this case, what I'll do, that gr dot add in add query, and first I'll query that user equal to this user. Okay, and then I will do that gr dot add query group and comma in, and then I will select that here the remove group name. So for that I'll go back to that catalog item. Here remove group is the list collector, so that we can remove multiple groups. So I will open these variables, copy this one, and going back here, put that. After that, gr dot query and gr dot delete multiple record. Before that, I will say that gr dot set workflow false, and these steps I'll just remove. Okay, so this way we can basically delete that from the group. This is added. I will I mean directly it is just removed from the groups, and then the process will be ended here. In this group membership main flow, what I will do, I'll change little bit here. I will add the join activity because sometime it is getting cancelled. So what I'll do, I'll remove that join, I'll add the join activity here called join, and complete or incomplete, both the cases it will go here, and it will be like this will connect all these possible connection that we had. So I'll add here and remove this timer. So that's it pretty much for removing the groups. So let's try to remove the groups. So previously, if I go back to the catalog item now, in this catalog item, if I select Abel Tutor, I mean, sorry, that Abraham Lincoln and action is removed, you can see all the groups that is visible. That is not the correct. First of all, I should show all these group he is member of. I mean, basically, Abraham Lincoln is the whatever group member. So he is part of these two groups. So these two group name only should be available here. For that, what I'll do, I'll go back to this, type specification. Under type specification, we can write the reference qualifier. So we'll write the reference qualifier. For that, what I'll do, I'll create a script include, and I'll today show you that from the script include how we can call basically this one. So let's say get we already have a script include. You can leverage that same script include. We created that for on change client script called group manager. We can leverage that one called uh, user use groups, and in this function we'll take as a parameter called user, and we'll show or we'll return all these groups. So for that, what I'll do here, I'll open this table. So this is the GR member table where all these user member are present. So what I'll do, where GR equal to new glide record, here I'll put the table name gr.add query, and here I'll type that user colon user and gr.query while gr.next. What we'll do here, we'll create a string called where groups, and then it's empty string, and then groups plus equal to first colon, then plus gr dot group dot sys underscore id, and finally return sys underscore id, like that. We'll return that sys underscore id in groups, something like that, and here we'll end the semicolon. So what I am doing, I declare a variable called groups where I am querying to the sys user member with the user is nothing but that we are passing from these functions, and we are continuously adding in a comma, I mean in a this way, and finally we are returning called syside in, like that. Okay, so I will use this script include in my here called JavaScript. So any function, anything any script include you need to call. You need to call new dot script include, and then you need to pass this function name, and here we need to pass the current logged in user is nothing but current dot variables dot we need to pass this one. So what I'll do, I'll open this catalog item. Variables is the requested for. I'll pass this variable name. Called requested for, and we'll just paste here. So let me first show you that what this function is returning as part of this, then you will be understand. So if I use this this function in our background script, so I'll go back to the background script first, In this background script I will put the gs.info, and then here I will paste this function, and instead of this one I need to be passed the sys id of the user. So for sys id of the user is Abraham Lincoln is this one. So I'll copy and paste here. So this will return me that two groups id you can see. Okay, and there is a one comma extra, we can remove that even. So what we'll do, if groups like that, then it will give me, else we'll just put group equal to like that. So it will remove, it will that extra comma is coming in front of that, that will be removed. Let's try one more time. So it is showing like that. Okay, now if I go back here, so this is done. So let's show our catalog item and refresh. And this time if I select requested for is Abraham Lincoln and remove, and we'll try to select that, and you can see all these two groups name are showing which is I am member of. And then I will select the reason is new hire, and then once I ordered this and submit, it will generate a request. I'll search with that request, and this after couple of approvals I should be able to remove from here. So I'll go here and open the RITM, and this generate the approvers, so I'll approve that. And it also have a task. I'll click the show workflow meantime, and I'll close the task. Once we close the task, it should attach that remove approval workflow, and remove approval workflow, remove the user. And if I go back here and I refresh that, that user is gone. So this way we can add the user, we can remove the user, and we can set the value. So now we'll just go back to our workflow. I'll set the value here, call set value, drag that, close complete, stage is complete. I'll select that complete state, and then state is now close complete and submit. So this workflow, these two workflow is right now ready. So if I see here, so these two workflow are ready. Okay, now here it is generating the group approval, means that whoever is the group manager, they should be able to approve, and then only they will be added. Okay, now I will add one more thing called, I will add couple of user. Let me add couple of user to this group and save that. Okay, so these are the user 14 user I have added to these Alabama dispatch groups. So what I'll do here, instead of this group approval, I want to set two approvals. One, so if somebody raise for Alabama user, I mean these groups, some first of all manager has to be approved, and then somebody from the group member has to be approved. Two approval needs to be done together, then only it will go further. So, or else you can do that else condition, either manager approve or the group member approves, anything can be done. So in that case, either manager is approved from this one, or any of this from group member can approve. For that case, we can use that, we have a, under the approvals we have a group coordinator, In this group coordinator, if you type here call at user approval and submit. So if you see here in this group approval coordinator, you can add multiple things. So if I click that add child coordinator, you can add group approval, you can add user approval. Okay. And if you see here, once we added that group approval, I mean the approval coordinator, it is saying that all child activity to be approved, any child activity to be approved, anything we can do. Okay. So we define that all child activity approved. It means that manager has to be approved and then somebody from the group has to be approved. For that, what I'll do, I'll remove that and connect here, and I'll remove this connection and coming back here. So approve, then it will go to the add user, reject, it will go to that here, and cancel, it will go here, something like that. Okay. And in these groups, so what I'll do, I'll first add the group approval. So here I'll name that group member approval. So in this way we can, I'm discussing that both the point, one is the group approval and another is that user approval. Both has to be approved, then only it will go by approval coordinator. So I'll just copy this line and paste here. So this is my group members approval, and I'll select that once and then paste that. Okay. So this way the group mm, by the approval coordinator, first child activity is that group members approval, and second child activity is that approval user. So this also has to be approved. For that, I will add that group manager approval. Okay, I'll just select that add once, and in this add once, I'll select that email. So current add group dot manager to be approved. Submit that. So both the activity has to be approved, then only it will go to the further. Okay. So let's raise the request and see how it is working right now. So right now, if you see that Alabama user doesn't have that my user, which is Abraham Lincoln, is not added. So we'll open that RITM, show workflow, and then in this task, we'll close the task first, and you can see that task, this one is already closed and waiting for that manager approval. So manager is means that current I mean that requested for manager, which is Abraham Lincoln manager is the able tutor. So there has to be approved. Once it is approved, it go to that add group manager approval. So we'll refresh that, and you can see it is waiting for, one is the manager approval, one is the group approval. So if I go to this RITM, you can see one group approval is showing, and these all are the group member, and one is the manager approval. Who is the manager? Eric. This user is the manager, so there his approval also needed. Okay. So let's see first approved by groups. So once somebody approved from the group, all this group approval will be no other group approval will be no longer required. Now the manager approval is needed. So if I go back to this workflow, you can see that group approval is done. Now group manager approval is needed. So let's say that the manager is the Eric. So once he approved, workflow will go further. and it by system it's add user to the group, and then process is completed. Now if I go and see, there will be one more member added called 15, and then in this 15, um, Abraham Lincoln is right now available. So that the way we can add the group coordinator, we can add the run script. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. Have a great day.